prophecy has been fulfilled.
Nice.
Let's
I
go.
think we're due for a good night tonight. We got 12 players, 4 of which are us.
Yep.
1 QB, half PPR, rookie mock draft for not 1, not 2, not 3, 5 rounds. Are you boys ready for this or what?
Oh, yeah.
I was born ready, Cody. Let's do it. Especially at the 101. I mean, I can't lose.
Jack, you start doing player profile today. Seth, you've been editing all day. I know you're kind of sitting there ready to prowl. You just came off of 2 massive wins on Tuesday nights, the last 2 Tuesday nights. How are you feeling tonight going into Friday night? You're back on Friday night. You've been dominating Tuesdays. You got to bring the game to Friday night live. How you feeling?
I know. I'm glad somebody telling the truth out here. Telling the truth. I'm the baby face in this whole thing, and Aaron Stewart keeps bashing me in the head with steel chairs, relegating me to the chat. But here I am. I've come back. I've made my grand entrance, and I'm ready to roll here tonight, guys.
All right, well, we got Rondé Barber. I'm not sure who that is. I think it looks like Aaron Stewart, but it says Rondé Barber. He's in the co-pilot chair as well. And basically, we're going to go 5 rounds tonight. We got an hour and 15 minutes before the Dominator starts. So we got to get this bad boy ripping and rolling. Cavanaugh is up at the 101. I'm about to click the start button if you're down to clown.
I was born ready. Obviously got the 101, so it's a productive struggle. I think this is a pretty easy decision. Productive struggle, rebuilding. Of course, we're going with Bijan Robinson. I mean, who else could it be at this pick?
There we go. That's the pick. Bijan Mustardson goes off the board. 101, 2. Action Jack Cavanaugh. We got a full board here. Looks like Zaddy 2 is at the number 2 spot. Aaron St. Dennis. I'm up at 104 now. Jackson Smith and Jimmy goes number 2. And Jameer Gibbs goes number 3. Now I'm sitting here. I hate this spot. You know that? God damn, I really hate this spot.
You picked it. You're the one who picked it.
So we were talking about the rookie rankings last night and really separating these receivers right here between Addison and Flowers. And really what it came down to was abilities in PPR. And this is half PPR, so it doesn't matter. But in PPR, I would be going Addison right here. But because it's half PPR, I'm going to go running back. And if it's going running back, you guys know who my RB3 is, right?
Going for it.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone in the live chat, everyone in the chat, they already know the pick. They're waiting for you to make your pick.
I can't do that, can I?
You could have.
I think what I have to do is I have to just go with the receiver. I have to go Zay Flowers. I'm going with the value because I think I have to go Zay Flowers. I think I have to. I love Roschon Johnson, but I think in a normal draft that you do a disservice to everybody in chat and to you guys by just saying, no, I'm going to take Roschon because I love Roschon, the 104. In a general league, in a general draft, that's why you're here.
I was hoping you followed me.
This conversation right here is you're not picking 104 Roschon Johnson because in 95% of your leagues, you're not going to have a psychotic person like me that likes Roschon or you guys that like Roschon in the draft with you. So you're able to move back and navigate.
Sharpo.
So I'm going to go Zay Flowers here. Slime Santana's on the clock. What do you guys think?
I can't argue with it. I mean, I was hoping you were going to take Roschon because it would be the wrong decision. So, Zay Flowers, is it the explosiveness versus the just raw yard target commanding from Jordan Addison? Is that the difference here?
Yes. I mean, the way I explain it right is me and Theo and Matt are having this conversation, and in PPR, it comes down to Addison. Addison has done it at Pittsburgh, he did it at USC, both quarterbacks. He proved it. But again, this is half PPR, so it kind of takes that out of the game for me as far as PPR aspect goes. Zay Flowers, on the other hand, I think has that different dynamic level to him. Like think of Antonio Brown, think even
Condre.
Brandon Cooks.
Man.
Guys like that can just win multiple
Matty, Kiwoom.
formats in every level as an alpha, and I think that's where Flowers is at. Zach Charbonnet goes 105 to Slime Santana in the chat. Seth Diwold 106. Jordan Addison, how you feeling?
Honestly, I was
Take him.
I don't really love this I love it kind of if I'm not drafting with you guys, right? Because I was like, do I take Roschon Johnson in another draft? And I almost did, honestly.
Harry
I was
Snowman
sitting
takes
here
him.
between Addison and Roschon Johnson. You know,
One
like
QB.
Addison's probably a safer pick, and that's kind of what it came down to, which I don't love to make those decisions. I don't love to play the safe game because I love to shoot for the upside, and Roschon Johnson has a lot more upside. But you can't really deny what Addison did in college, especially at Pitt. You know, so I'm gonna want to get some exposure to him because I feel like, you know, if you completely ignore him, he's probably gonna blow up. Like kind of like Devonta Smith, but I guess Devonta Smith won the Heisman. Anyway, I think he's a talented guy, and if I'm
Hey,
not
Rich.
drafting against you guys, you know, I think Roschon Johnson's in play there for sure.
I think it's a smart pick. Kendra Miller delivering board next to our boy Matty Kiwoom, who's too busy to show up to the stream on Friday nights at 7:30 p.m. I don't know what he's eating. He's probably eating a fillet that's like well done with like a piss warm old fashioned. I'm gonna just pause this draft after round one here just so we can go back through round one and talk about this. And Jack, you're gonna sit in the so we had Kendra Miller go to 107 to Matty. Jalen Hyatt goes 108, which I think is something that you may see more in half PPR than you will in PPR. To Cole season, the OG Harry Snowman from the chat picks Roschon at 109. Surprise, surprise, Roschon's back. Quentin Johnston goes 110, and AR, Anthony Richardson, goes 111 to the Pigeon. The quarterback, the first quarterback comes up the board. Pulling analysis, Lusky here taking a quarterback over an athletic running back. Aaron Stewart closed out at 112. Tell us why. Banana Canada is the 12th pick.
For me, it's simple. Size, check. Athleticism, check. College dominator, check. Those are three massive things to check as a running back. If he gets drafted third round in the NFL draft, wheels up for him. And when you're picking at the end of the first round, at this point, usually any rookie mock draft, the talent level has dropped off at this point. You might as well swing for the fences. Get the guy that could potentially be a home run there. I love that.
Good idea.
The only problem with Israel and Canada, Aaron pointed it out the other day, he's not going to be 21 until October. He's not even going to be able to celebrate just how early he goes in the draft. It's unfair. It really is a cruel twist of fate.
Drop a comment in the chat. Where do you think we're at so far? Round one's in the books. Jack took Bijan Robinson. I got Zay at the 4. Seth got Addison at the 6. Kiwoom, I mean, you count him in there too if you want. You took Kendra Miller at 7. And then Aaron finishes at 12 with Banana Canada. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Hit that like button. Click that subscribe button. We're here on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Jack, you got something?
Yeah, I gotta know, Cody. What's your reaction to Matty Kiwoom? Just, I feel like he's spitting in your face here, taking Kendra Miller ahead of Roschon Johnson.
Hey man, you know what he didn't do? He didn't download the NFL Draft Guide just dropped a couple hours ago on playerprofiler.com. And if you open it up, you scroll your ass down to page 8, and it says Rookie Draft Cheat Sheet for traditional leagues, and it talks through the top 20. Bijan, JSN, Gibbs, Charbonnet, Addison, Flowers, Roschon, Izzy, Devon Chain, then Kendra Miller. I love Kendra Miller. I'm just telling you what this paper says. I would take Kendra Miller over Devon, but nonetheless, I think our boy Matty Kiwoom made a mistake. Take Kendra over Roschon Johnson. So he's going to catch some flack the next time I see him. You better believe that. But I did say the draft guide is live. You can go check that out right
Drafting?
now. Playerprofiler.com, the Dynasty Deluxe section.
Draft with Dada.
I need to have a bite.
Can you have another bite? Some soup?
And make sure you go download the rookie guide today. 120 prospects in there with rookie draft cheat sheets for rookie drafts and rankings across position wide receiver, running back, and tight end. Jack,
There you go.
let me fly my gums.
Daddy, I'm going to do this.
You want to do this draft? All right, let's do this. You need to help me? Okay.
Well, it was pretty easy for me to
I
take
picked
Bijan
Anthony
Robinson
Richardson.
at 101, so I already had the first round of the draft. Obviously, there was no way I could lose. Now it starts getting into trouble.
I go have
I
another
like what you
bite.
said, Cody. You kind of already hyped up my pick for me, pointing out how Devon A-Chain better pick at the 201
I
than
need to
you
go
would
have
be
where
seeing
to be
Kendrick
the
Miller at the 170.
I need
Yeah,
to
you have
pee.
Devon A-Chain ranked ahead. I might agree with you. I might take Kendrick Miller ahead just 1-1. If I can get Devon A-Chain at the 201, electric speed, elite game-breaking speed,
I
and when
need
he
to
develops as a pass
big
catcher as well, Devon A-Chain,
I
he's
need
the pick
a very
here.
big one.
Punting on wide receiver, because at this point, a lot of the guys left are really the same. They're just big, hairy question marks. In Keyshawn Butte, Josh Downs, small, not particularly fast. Marvin Mims, the NFL hates him for some reason, even though he's got that elite analytical profile. So, Devon A-Chain, let's go.
Nice Devon A-Chain. I don't like bad players, so I'm not going to draft him, but
What, you don't like 4-3?
I don't like stiff lower bodies, but
Go. Stop grabbing it. You gotta help me. Don't grab for food. Just sit.
dig a little bit.
I did another bite.
It's not our turn for the
You guys
draft
look,
yet.
you got Zach Evans goes off to Zaddy at the 202.
It's not our turn. We're at the 211.
So 11.
I know. We got the 211. This draft.
Okay.
I know. It's not the.
11.
I know. It's not the best spot. I know. I took Anthony Richardson with the 111.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What do you think about
I'm
that?
running backs off the board.
Who are we gonna wait for? Who's gonna fall?
I'm going to go ahead and do the old zag, and I'm going to take the guy that I want right here. And I think both of these guys are going to be draft capital, Marvin Mims and Josh Downs. Josh Downs for the dynamic factor. I like upside. And I'm gonna throw
Cody
Josh
went
Downs on the team
Josh
here.
Downs.
I would love nothing more than to see him in Indianapolis with Will Levis and just be that next T.Y. I'm going to go for it right here. 2-4, Josh Downs.
Josh
You're
Downs.
not worried that he doesn't have any top 30 visits scheduled, Cody?
Visits are for in-depth analysis. When you already know and you already have a grade on a guy and you already know all the information about him, you don't need to do that. Also one thing that I think
There's a spider on my head. It's freaking me out, man.
Every top guy they wanted. It may be, right? There's a little smoke there, but,
Say, get out of
more
here,
for the-
spider.
like,
Say, sweet at it.
Daniel Jeremiah was talking about it, and he said the way they break it down, I think it was Jeremiah. The way they break it down is it's going to be 10 to 15 guys that they have like a late set of a PFA grade on, and they want to from bowl games, combines, whatever. Bring those guys in, get a name on them, the Packers are best at, and then maybe the top end guys that you are missing some stuff on, you bring those guys in. And also you can bring in a couple tight ends.
The biggest carrot.
But Seth's on the clock. Marvin Mims just went. Seth, are you looking at somebody? Or are you gonna clock out and get eliminated from the draft?
Oh well, it's tempting, but this is I'm in another situation here, where if I'm not drafting its player profile, I could wait, but I can't wait. I gotta take Jaden Reed. All right, he's literally ranked 1998 on Sleeper. The disrespect there is something I've never seen before. All right, I know he's an older guy. He's gonna be age 23, he's 22 right now, but I mean 4.4 speed, right? So good speed, productive at Michigan State, especially in his junior year. This is a player that I really like. And, college dominant. Like you look at just about everything: breakout age, college dominator rating, college target share. I mean, best comparable player on Player Profiler. Now this is a range of players, or a range rather. Is Stephon Diggs. I mean, I think this guy is. What do you call them? Dogs.
Oh.
I think he's a dog. And I think like if you're drafting with your buddies, I mean you could probably wait a little bit longer than the 2-6. But I feel like I had to get him there.
Hey, I think you probably could. I think you could probably look at him more in like the 3 range, but threes, but I don't hate that. I love Jade Reed, so you don't really got to sell me. The only thing I'm afraid of at this point, I guess, is draft capital. I think it's a world where I could see him fall to that fourth. If he falls to the fourth, it's Stephon Diggs' area, which he's best privileged Stephon Diggs right now, but it scares you a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I wish I knew the draft. Obviously, I wish I knew the draft capital. I want the answers to the test before the test, but going what we go now. I mean, but like in a normal like not with player profile. I mean, in the third round is probably where you're going to be able to scoop this guy up. So, that was the other guy. I was kind of
God damn
Aaron.
All right. Well, we exit out of round 2. Tink Bigsby goes to Matty Kiwoom right after you. Cedric Tillman goes 2-8. That's another riser getting some first round conversations in the NFL draft. And then we have a couple quarterbacks going 2-9 and 2-10. Will Levis goes 2-9 to the Snowman, and CJ Stroud goes 2-10 to Huey J, who has Quentin Johnson. Now, it's not a bad team right there. And then the Pigeon takes Sean Tucker. So he must be pretty high on Sean Tucker, as Sean Tucker is now the 11th receiver. Actually, the 11th running back. That's not very high. That's standard, I think. And then Aaron Stewart, Jonathan Mingo. What do you got on Jonathan Mingo? I want to hear it.
In this receiver class, the big knock across everyone is they're too small, right? Everyone, we hope that they could be Devontae Smith because they're small, low BMI. That's not the case with Jonathan Mingo, 6'1", 226 pounds. I have to admit, it was the most recent episode of the Writers Roundtable where you, Cody, you were talking about Jonathan Mingo, that the start of the process, not a lot of hype for this guy, but every step along the way, he's checked the boxes there. He's fast, 4.46 at that size. That's a 96 percentile speed score, 91st percentile burst score. Okay, the breakout age isn't phenomenal, right? Ole Miss is where he came from. Who was another receiver that came from there recently? Elijah Moore, who was a dominating wide receiver at Ole Miss. So yeah, Elijah Moore, who was an eventual second-round pick in the NFL draft, had to get drafted to pave the way for Mingo to take over. Man, I know he's not A.J. Brown, but to see a receiver that looks that size there, I'm going to swing for the fences every single time. Big, fast. The comp for Allen, the best comparable comp is Allen Lazard. I can live with that at the end of the second round.
Can I ask you a question, Aaron? Because I know you may or may not have looked at the guide already. Do you know who the top 5 comparable players are for one Jonathan Mingo? Can you name all 5?
Oh, I can't actually, but now I'm intrigued.
Can you throw a guess out there at a couple of them?
Ooh,
it's pretty high.
A lot of guys this size, and I'm like, the name that comes to mind is I'm sit there and I go Treylon Burks, but that might be
close,
way up there.
Josh Gordon comes to mind for me.
You're close with Treylon Burks. A.J. Brown, I'll give you that one. Number 2. He was number 2. Allen Lazard was 1, obviously, because it's best comparable on the site. A.J. Brown's 2. So now you see the realm you're in.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of guys built like that. There's not a lot of them. That's the crazy
Julio
thing.
Jones from the athleticism standpoint because of the athleticism score.
Ooh.
Allen Robinson.
Okay.
And number 5 is one that you just overthink. Laviska Shenault.
And I can live with that too. Shenault was a freak coming into the draft. And that's people sometimes they see the best comparable players, and when it's a guy that hasn't hit, they go, "Oh God!" They have like post draft mortem disorder, something like that, right? But you have to look at the profiles, right? And it's like you have to remember the hype. And yeah, these guys aren't always going to hit, but big, fast receivers. That dude's built like a freaking tank there.
And I think you're going to get draft capital. So, and you're going to see it adjusted right now in the player profile rankings. We have him as wide receiver 9 in fantasy, and I have him as wide receiver, I think 6 in NFL grades. So he's up there, and it's going to shock some people to have him up there and Tillman up there ahead of the likes of Jalen Hyatt, but that's the way it is.
The one-trick pony who isn't particularly great at his one trick.
Exactly. Yes, as mentioned here, who's winning the mock draft? Drop a comment in the chat. Once again, click the like, click the subscribe button every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7:30 p.m. We're going to be rolling these bad boys at minimum through the NFL draft. And when we're there, boots on the ground at the NFL draft, we will be mocking all together, all in the same room, all on Sleeper, because guess how many people are going to be there?
many?
Not 10, not 8, no 6-man drafts. We're going to have at least a 12-man draft, maybe a 14-man draft, and we all fixing to be in the same room at the same time. I'm excited.
Sheesh. Well,
Yeah.
on that note, I got to make my pick here. Cody didn't tell me that we had restarted the clock. That's okay. I've had the pick in for a while. Oh,
I paused it with 3 seconds left. I didn't want you to time out because
Oh,
if
no,
you time out, if I time out, I got to kick you out the draft, and you automatically lose. You didn't know the rules. Right?
Gotcha.
I write
it's
the
okay.
rules around here.
Well, do I get kicked out? Because I wouldn't have timed out. I had him queued up. It would auto drafted it for me.
All right, you good there. You good.
All right. We are taking Rashi Rice here. SMU wide receiver, 96th percentile college target share. The guy was dominant at SMU, 1,300-yard season, best comparable to Terrace Marshall, who hasn't broke out yet, but we all love that type of guy. He can play on the outside. He can move inside if you need him to. 95th percentile burst score as well, just bursty as hell. Rashi Rice, compared to a guy like Keyshawn Butte, who was probably the consensus to go ahead of Rashi Rice, I'll take Rashi compared to Keyshawn
Booty. I like Rashi. And Booty's going right there at 3-2. I think Booty's going to be a guy. We moved him down the rankings, as you guys will see on playerprofiler.com. If you haven't already, go check it out, the playerprofiler.com. Dynasty Deluxe rookie rankings also showing in the Dynasty rankings as well. You can see the boy Keyshawn is down there at wide receiver 18. I don't really love having him down there, but you just got to with what you don't know. You don't know what you know, and you don't know what you do know. So you do know what you don't know, and you got to know what you do know. So Keyshawn Butte, wide receiver 18, until we know what the NFL thinks and knows, that's where we stay on Booty. Now, right here, I haven't seen a single tight end go, and I'm generally not the first person to take a goddamn tight end, but your boy's about to be the first person to take a goddamn tight end, and I'm going to go with the healthy Dalton Kincaid. Not something I generally would do, but right now I just feel like getting spicy. I'm going to take Kincaid here at 3-4 because, as Daniel Jeremiah said, the medicals are positive. There's no bad medicals for Dalton Kincaid. Rumored, again, per Daniel Jeremiah. I have Meyer ahead of him. Half PPR. I don't know. I'm just going to shoot the moon. I'm just going to say Kincaid here. Not something I think I would generally do, but I also expected a couple tight ends to be at the board by now. So I'm just going to, I don't know. Felt spicy. Fuck it.
Harry Snowman, big Dalton Kincaid fan. You have really pissed him off in the chat. He is getting fiery.
I'll tell you, Thor kind of pushed me there today. I might have to reassess him versus Mayer because, I think I was naturally detoured due to the injury stuff and the age stuff with Kincaid, but knowing that he's healthy now, I really think I need to go back and reassess him versus Mayer.
Where's Musgrave fall on that for you? Will he fall down to 3 or can he pass Mayer?
Well, I think Musgrave's right now 7.33 grade and Kincaid's a 7.32. That was prior to the positive injury note. I haven't reassessed. I'm not just going to say, oh, he's positive, then just change it and then make the grade automatically do what it does.
For sure.
So yeah, it was 7.33 Musgrave, 7.32 Kincaid, and then I think I had Mayer at like 8 point. I have to look here. 8.17. So Mayer's like quite a bit ahead of him, like 0.8 points, but yeah. So I don't know. I gotta relook at that though. But Slime Santana goes Trey Palmer with the next pick. Dog. Like that. Seth Diwold, you haven't said anything in like an hour. How you feeling right here? Is the pressure getting to you or what? It feels like, you got a pretty good start here. 2 receivers. I like it much more than a Banacanda reached by a round. Mingo reached by a round. Action Jack takes Devon A-Chain by 2 rounds heavier. I don't know, man. I think I'm sitting in first place for sure. I think your 2 red receiver set's kind of nice, but you did reach a little bit on Reed.
Well, I'm just gonna scoop up the value then. I was between a couple guys.
That's a professional pick right there.
So I feel like we've done these mock drafts before, and I've been comfortable taking Mayer in like the 2nd round because I think he's going to get really good draft capital, and he's my favorite tight end in the class. Super productive at Notre Dame, so I feel pretty good about my direction right now. I don't have a running back yet, but I feel like there's some running backs later on that I like, and I'm assuming like just for this purposes of this draft, like I'm gonna try to get a combination of players to fill some needs on my made up team here. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that pick, honestly. But anyway, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not.
Laporta goes to Kiwoom. What the fuck is Musgrave dead?
That was the other tight end I was looking at, because that's pretty. I can't believe he's.
Will you guys all listen to Thor today or what?
I haven't got to tune into it yet. That'll be either tonight or tomorrow's.
I know Matt. As I was gonna say, I look up. Of course, it's Matty, because I know Matty was in the chat during that. So Laporta, yak.com, and Yak God.
Yak God, yeah. Yak. Of course, he was.
Yeah. I said yak.com, and Thor said Yak God. I said, give me one sentence or one word. And of course, Thor goes off for like 4 sentences defining exactly what Laporta is, because he loves Laporta. I love the explanation behind him. But I said yak.com. He said Yak God. I was like, oh, come on. God, Aaron. Okay, we're going to pause this. Hendon Hooker. Okay, first off, we gotta look at this team right here. Look at the 108.
Tennessee.
What are we doing? All right, whoever
Tennessee,
this is,
baby.
you need to be kicked out of this goddamn draft. This guy just went full volunteer.
They volunteer their time.
Oh my God! So he goes Hyatt, Tillman, Hooker, OG, Snowman goes Evan Hull. A little bit of a reach there from the Snowman. And I'm just kidding. Nathaniel Tank Dell goes at 310. Parker Washington, I absolutely love that value at 311 from Penn State. Had an ankle injury, didn't test throughout this entire process. And Parker, I think, is going to be a good value in all formats. Michael Wilson.
I will say that was a guy that I fell in love with the process, because just looking at the profile, it won't really pop. And one of the things I've learned in these rookie drafts, right, like just rookie scouting, is when something just doesn't like look right, but he ends up being kind of high in rankings or something like that, is ask the question why. Like, what was it with Michael Wilson that causes him to be ranked pretty decently in our rankings here? And I did the bios for the wide receivers for the guide, and it was just unfortunate health circumstances, right? Like, you go and you look at the college stats, and it's he had the freshman breakout. Then 2020 plays 4 games. 2021 4 games. 2022 6 games. A gamble, yes. It's third round, right? Pick 36. In those games, he's getting so many targets, so many receptions. God, cross my fingers, do whatever I need to. If he could stay healthy, this will be a nice play, especially half PPR. I like Michael Wilson. I just fell in love with him. It's probably a completely illogical pick.
Yeah, I love.
No, I disagree. Not illogical. I disagree wholeheartedly. Look what position you got him at. I want to hear everybody on here's opinion on Wilson here. So we got Njigba's 1, Flowers, Addison, Hyatt, Johnston, Downs, Mims, Reed, Tillman, Mingo, Rice, Booty, Palmer, Dell, Washington. Wide receiver 16. We have him a wide receiver in, let's see, I have him 11 in grades. In rankings, we have him 13.
Yeah. Him going behind Tank Dell. I can't get Tank Dell going ahead of him.
Yeah, too small with Wilson. Power 5 conference there. I'm not a fan of Josh Palmer, but what I do like on the best comparable, and that's what Michael Wilson's is we have seen that profile make it in the NFL. And Josh Palmer he had like a top 10 performance last season. When Keenan Allen, Mike Williams are out, got to hope that Wilson, decent size, 216 pounds. It's not fast. He didn't run a fast 40-yard time, but at that size, it's respectable. A decent amount of burst. That is an athletic measurement that I like for my wide receivers, even more than agility.
Are we comparing Big Mike Williams to Big Mike Wilson now?
Ooh. With the same medical concerns too. Oof.
He's not quite as big as him, but he is a Big Mike.
He's a Big Mike. I'm very interested to see where he goes to, like what team, because if it's a team that knows how to use those big guys, I don't know. I kind of view him as a flanker.
That's fair. I think so too. I think he's a good number 2. I have him comparable to Terrence Williams from the Dallas Cowboys. Ben Skoronix is best comparable in player profiler. Alan Lazard, Zach Pascal, a bunch of 2s, right? I think he's going to be a very good one. Jack, you ready at the 401 here?
Oh yeah, this is a slam dunk. This one's easy. The fact that Luke Musgrave is going off the board after Sam Laporta. I mean, I like Sam Laporta. He's a fun player, but he's not Luke Musgrave. He's not the 13th most athletic tight end in our database. 4.61 from Luke Musgrave, 87th percentile burst score. The guy is athletic as hell. I can't believe Luke Musgrave falling to the 4th round. I'm not a big tight end guy. I would rather abolish the tight end position in fantasy football than continue to have to play it. But come on, Luke Musgrave in the 4th round, gimme.
Not bad. It's not bad.
That's a good
All
one.
right.
Yeah, I mean, athletic tight ends, it's usually a safe investment, right? Like, and especially 4th round too. Like, yeah, I'm with you, Jack. And Jack and I, we don't always see eye to eye on things, but you know, if you're gonna take
He's
a tight end, yeah,
Do you ever see eye to eye?
probably not.
A couple. Not often. Aaron
often.
hates
Good
Rashad White
conversations.
too much.
Yeah,
All
and
right,
we have
all right,
mentioned
boys.
Rashad White.
It's time. It's time for the dog.
Ooh, nice.
It's time for the dog. Tion Evans right here at the 4-4. I'm getting him at running back 14. Is that what this is right here? Running back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Running back 14. I'm in love with that. You know, I vouch for him to go a little bit higher. I like him at running back 9 overall in my NFL draft grades. I'd like to have him right about that 11 spot. I think in fantasy at the running back position, he's at 12 right now behind Sean Tucker, 21.8 years old, back to 500-yard plus seasons. He hasn't crested 600 in those years, but he was also at Hutchinson JUCO, Tennessee, Louisville, dog, 225 pounds, runs a 4.5, big old honks on him. I think Tion Evans is this year's Damian Pierce. Deuce Vaughn goes next. Seth Diwold.
The complete opposite of
That's what I was
Tion.
thinking.
The literal opposite. Small and unexplosive.
Yeah, Tion Evans' little brother. Emphasis on little.
Man,
I don't know what to do with that guy.
I don't.
Do you need me to
I don't
pause
wanna
or
be
what?
No. I got it. I didn't know if I wanted to take another wide receiver, but holy cow, I love me some Xavier Hutchinson in the 4th round. But I know the athletic measurables aren't quite what we want, but he's got some size to him, 6'2", 203. Of course, he went to Iowa State. Good college really good college college target share rather. Good production. I mean, in the 4th round, I think he's going to be a solid player in the NFL. I really do. So in the 4th round, I mean, it's kind of what I'm. Oh yeah. Charlie Jones.
Football.
Also, not in this draft. I was hoping maybe that he would slip, but anyway.
Kiwoom goes Deneric Prince at the 4.7. Dwayne McBride at the 4.8. Charlie Football goes at the 4.9 to the Snowman. He says Seth sniped me with Xavier Hutchinson. He was looking to take Hutch right there. Got him a couple picks later. Hey, man, it's get your guy season. You should have took him at the 3.9, man. He was an All-American. Get the job done. 163 targets, I think it was, at Iowa State or some jazz like that. Like, you're rarely going to get a dude with that profile in this round. QJ, whatever the hell his name is up here at the 4.10. Looks like he may time out. He's not online right now, so that's fantabulous. Hopefully he jumps on. But
now the question
Aaron,
is,
where are you looking?
is
Are you going to get sniped here?
I don't think so. I think I got a plan. I don't think the 2 people in front of me are going to take it. But my question is, what's baffled me is McBride. Does he have any Tennessee connections? Because I mean, he went to Team Volunteers in our mock draft.
Come on.
Alabama, Birmingham.
Oh, it's pretty
Right.
close.
It's a couple hours from Tennessee.
I think that's a sign that Dwayne McBride is going to be headed to the Titans then.
Ooh. And
Mm.
oh man, an auto drafter. That throws me off.
So I think
I
we gotta
don't
give
know
him
what I'm gonna do now.
best available. I think we gotta give him Bryce Ford Wheaton. Does anybody want Bryce Ford Wheaton?
No,
I'll
that's
go ahead and
cool.
give him.
All right, he's getting Bryce Ford Wheaton, and the pigeon is back on the clock right now.
Enjoy
then
Dante
Stu.
Moncrief.
Keaton Mitchell.
That was a fast one there. I have to make sure
He
I
was
can
ready.
find these guys.
He was ready.
He was ready. And you know what? Talk about upside and athleticism. I'm probably going to have to join the tight end crew here. Let's see if I can type in his name. I feel like it's a name that could get you in trouble.
I heard you talking shit about me earlier.
Oh no, Matty, Kiwoom.
What's going on? What's up, boys?
I was wondering, I was like, did I break the mock draft?
Sleeper has a weird sounder here going on tonight.
Yeah. Nice.
He's back.
You even got the Bass Pro Shop hat on. I mean,
Dude,
yeah,
I had to go all out for this.
You went all out.
Well-
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Well, there was
and I've got
no Jerry Judy slander here. None. Whoa,
Listen,
whoa,
don't be talking
calm
about my
down,
boy
whoa.
like that. Don't be talking about my boy Jerry Judy. I am now
I know.
affirmatively on side of Team Judy because I was backed into a corner and nobody backs baby into a corner.
Yeah, that's one of your quotes. That's one of your quotes coming out on Twitter is Matty Kiwoom loves Jerry Judy. It's
Forever. We're bonded forever.
Big old quotes, hearts all around it. You know.
I've been eating vanilla cake with no frosting to get used to just enjoying the mid things in life. Because if I have to be on Judy, I got to be on Team Judy.
Team mid, man. This has been the last like month and a half of you drafting. It's just
Matty
mid.
Midmoom has been my name apparently to you guys, to the masses.
I think
Well,
100%.
Man, not in this. He's got the rat god. He's got Sam Laporta.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's pretty. That's pretty good.
Thor sold me on him today.
I mean,
Thor sold
I
me
knew
on him.
it. I knew it.
Thor sold me on him.
Thor's the man.
Yeah.
He threw out the yak stuff, and just like every time you look at good tight ends in fantasy, yak monsters, yak monsters, yak monsters. So give me big Sam Laporta, the Rat King.
I like it. I like it. All right, we're going into round 5 here. It's 8:20. We got plenty of time to dance. So we're only 38 minutes in. So let's make this last round. Let's get some high quality analysis. Talk about your pick, and then talk about your whole draft culminating together. As soon as you make a pick, we'll pause and we'll let you talk about it. Then we'll go to the next person. So we'll stop at all 5 of us. All right.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I know who my pick is, and again, I'm surprised. You know, Michael Wilson, he is the wide receiver 13 that we've got. Right behind him, there is a player that everyone just kind of forgot about. University of Tennessee runs a 4-4-4. Tyler Scott, wide receiver. Now, I know you can say the biggest knock on him is he did not break out while Alec Pierce is there. We're not an Alec Pierce fan, so that's kind of a red flag. But you have to remember, the NFL loved Alec Pierce, second-round pick. So I've got Tyler Scott, goes for over 1,000 yards at Cincinnati. Pair him with Rashee Rice, 2 outside wide receivers. They can move around, play in the slot as well. Pair them with the best running back in the 2023 NFL draft. Pair them with the best running back in, I don't know, how many years? Since Saquon, probably. Bijan Robinson, pair with those wide receivers, both just absolute values. Devon A-Chain, fastest running back in the draft. I know he's small, but he's got that breakaway speed. You don't need 20 touches a game when you can rip a 60-yard TD. That's 12 points right there. And finally, Luke Musgrave. I mean, 4th-round pick for Luke Musgrave. That's absurd. He is the best value at tight end in this class. Even when he's not going in the 4th round, Luke Musgrave, underrated. The fact that Sam Laporta is going above him, just disgusting.
Well, I mean, if you listen to the Future Cast today, again, we don't like players with immobile lower halves, with weak gates. You know what they say about guys with weak gates? You know, they don't score a lot of fantasy points over the long term. And Musgrave and A-Chain, I mean, the tag team chance of tight lower bodies.
Speed kills.
I don't know if you could have said that any better. The tag team chance of that's pretty good.
Dude, you're rubbing off on me. Apparently, all you guys are. I've gotten way cooler since I started doing stuff with you guys on Player Profiler. So I don't think it's a coincidence.
I don't think
Even my
cooler.
wife says I'm cooler.
You changed your handle to Matty Midwoom. I don't know if that makes you cooler or midder.
I had to get ahead of it. PR 101, get ahead of the scandal. Now I own it. I own my own horrible nickname. If one of you guys dropped that, dude, I'd be donezo.
All right, you
Now,
talk about.
I made my own narrative here.
We're looking at the rankings, and Jack Cavanaugh just brings up this guy by the name of Tyler Scott at the wide receiver position. And Tyler Scott is right there, right at the wide receiver number 14 spot. But when I'm going through my grades, I came across this guy by the name of Demario Douglas. Demario Douglas, if I can turn this draft back on so it runs, is a wide receiver from Liberty. Now, I only have one running back on this football team, which sucks, but he is a mother donkey. So I think 225 pounds, you put him out there with a 4.5 40. Again, tons and tons and tons of tread on the tire. If we roll this squad out wide, we got 3 midgets that all run the 4.4s in Dons, Flowers, and Douglas. And I don't think anybody's going to slow these boys down. And Tion is going to be able to run between the tackles till daylight comes. And we also got Kincaid, so we can go 4 wide out there. So I thoroughly enjoy this build right here. And I think, like I took Kincaid. The only reason I really took him was because nobody else took a tight end. And I think a little bit of Thor Nystrom rubbed off on me today. So we took Kincaid here at the 3.4. I think that's great value. I think Don's at the 2.4 is pretty good value. It is half PPR, so that does hurt a little bit, but he's a downfield threat. I don't know, man. When I put this team together, I don't know if any of y'all can beat me, but I'd love to hear a response because Slime Santana just took Jake Hayner at the 5.5, and I don't think you could have got a pukier pick in the 5th round than Puka Nakua and Jake Hayner. Get the fuck out of here. But Seth Diwold's on the clock. I want to hear your thoughts right here, big boy.
Well, I don't. I mean, if we're going by the facts, I don't know if you see this poll up on the YouTube, but it's me and Jack 30%. I mean, it's close. But Jack and I were tied for the last rounds. We need more people to vote.
What kind of broken shit is this? 30%?
I put up the poll in the YouTube. Yeah, we need more people to vote so we can claim victory. Somebody can be the definitive winner.
Did you vote? Vote with the Player Profile channel for yourself?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that, but the point is we can't have Aaron Stewart running around here as the fantasy football heel of the channel, bashing me in the back of the head with the steel chair. We gotta be able to shut him up. So we need to vote for somebody, preferably not him, but somebody needs to be the winner. So anyway, I only have 20 seconds left. It doesn't matter. You might think this is a pukey pick, but oh well. If we were doing this draft, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Probably before the 40 came out. What is he, a second round pick? In the second, third round pick in a rookie draft?
In fantasy, yeah.
So in the 5th round, you're telling me I can get somebody who has an 87th percentile college target share, catches the ball out of the backfield, super productive in his last year at college. Somebody that I really liked, and I mean, it's unfortunate he ran so slow. I mean, that sucks. But in the 5th round, I'm willing to take a chance on Eric Gray. So give me Eric Gray, and look at this team: Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed, dog, best tight end in the class, Xavier Hutchinson, and I get Eric Gray in the 5th round. How did you guys let me do this?
Because we don't like slow running backs. It's pretty
you
easy.
You don't like productive players in the 5th round of a rookie draft. We go Jake Hayner out here.
If you think Seth is winning, click Seth in the comments. If you don't, which most of you won't, keep moving on. We'll hear what Matty Kiwoom has right here at the 5.7.
Well, there's obviously the Roshan Kendre Miller pick. That was my first decision to make, and I did go Kendre. I know that's against kind of the company brand, but I think Kendre I think he's healthier than he's given on. My sources say he will be just fine, and maybe even he's taking a bit off of his off-season workouts because he's pretty comfortable where he'll be drafted. He just visited Dallas Cowboys, and I think the upside's there. He's got the size, the production. drove Zachary Evans, who we all kind of like, out of town. So I chose him over Roshan. But again, it's kind of a good problem to have when you're choosing between Roshan and Kendra Mill at the 1-7. Then I followed with Tanks Bigsby. After he ran that 4.46 at his pro day, I text Cody. I said, is this big? And he said, I think so. And I was like, top 5? And he said, potentially. And obviously he's just outside there, but the potential's there. Great freshman year in Auburn in the SEC. If he goes the right landing spot again, and in round 2, we were looking probably at handcuffs. So I'm probably going to need a bit of an injury, but with his upside, I'm okay with that. Sam Laporta in the 3rd. I was right when the tight end run started. I was like, okay, I'm just going to lock in. If it's Mayer, if it's Laporta, if it's Musgrave, I'm going to go with that. I got my choice between Musgrave and Laporta, and I went Laporta because Thor just sold me on him today, no doubt. And then Deneric Prince in the 4th round. If I'm taking a dart throw, I'm going to take a dart throw on probably the most athletic running back in the class. And here I am, my last pick, the 5th round pick. All of my guys are gone. Yisevich, what was it again, Cody?
Wait. What the fuck did you just say?
Yisevich, what's his name again? Andre, you tried to teach me on Wednesday. I already forgot. Yoshivash. He's off the board. Douglas is off the board. Scott's off the board. Even Ford Wheaton's off the board. So I'm going to stay at running back. But, boys, he's not in the player pool. So we're going to have to play pretend what name you see here. And I'm going to go with the obviously incredibly intelligent running back, Aiden Borgia from Harvard.
Let's go.
I mean, I didn't know we could just pick people who didn't exist. I mean,
sometimes when you come from the backstage, hit someone in the back of the chair, you have a little trick up your sleeve. This is my trick up my sleeve. Aiden Borgia from Harvard. Running back 13, I believe, right? Cody, 13? Getting him here in the 5th?
He's 16 in the rookie
16,
rankings.
yeah.
He's going to be moving up. Trust my process.
So,
yes.
the Jalen Warren comp, I'll take that here in the 5th round. 5th round is my dart throw.
He's 13 in my grades. He's 16 in our fantasy rankings. I was pushing Matt, and he's like, hey, man, this motherfucker went to Harvard. You got to breathe a little bit. I said, all right, fine. We can breathe a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take a chance on him here in the 5th.
I mean, when Will Mallory's going off the board after him, I think you're all right.
A.T. Perry, though. I've caught a lot of flack for not having any love for A.T. Perry. Have you guys noticed A.T. Perry kind of shooting up in a lot of people's opinions?
UDFA, baby, right here. UDFA. Unless the last pick of the draft, the 5-12, Aaron Stewart, Big Mike Wilson, as his name tag would say. What's the pick?
Ooh. With the last pick here. First, I got to see if my guy exists, right? Like that's we have to see if he's in there. You know what? The 60th player drafted. I'll go with traits, right? I'm going to go. It's going to be ugly with QB. Mobile quarterback, maybe a little developmental guy. He can run at least. Maybe he gets to the right offense. Hey, the Ravens trade Lamar Jackson. They go, hey, we got another guy that could just run. So there's not a lot that I really like. I don't know. I think, did I miss Tank Dell getting picked? I've been trying to
Yes, his name is Nathaniel Dell. He was drafted in the 3rd round, far too early.
In the 3rd round. There we go. I totally missed that one because I was like, what? Is Nathaniel Dell really still available there? But I figure when I couldn't find him, surely I just missed it there. But to recap, picking at the end of the draft, the 12th spot. First off, I got to say I'm the Tuesday display 2-0 on the Tuesday mock drafts because the community vote